debatably the biggest anime this season. What else am I gonna review today? Obviously, BOFURI. Now, when I got into this, I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cute, but as each episode went on, and if you know this show, if you've watched it, it's basically about this character, this girl who doesn't really play video games. She goes into this game world and she just plays the game. Not how it's supposed to be played, but like she's a new gamer. She plays the game and she just gets really weird skills and attacks, and it's just really interesting to see what they come up with next. It's just one of those shows where like, oh, well, what's gonna happen next? This is actually pretty interesting. So I watched this. I think I gave it like a solid 8 because it's good. Although it's missing some things, and like for example, character development wasn't really on par with other things, but it was pretty good. So I liked it. If you are a gamer and you have any friends, gamers and friends, what a joke. No, that was a joke. That was a joke. Don't dislike. But if you ever played a video game before, I would recommend this show. It's really good. Even if you're just starting off, you've never really watched anime before, I think I'd recommend this as a starting show. It's just cute, interesting, and well made. But on to the next thing, I'm gonna invite my other friend over here to talk about 3 shows. So we have Somali, Hanako-kun, and Dorohedoro, because that's apparently how you pronounce it. Probably not, but it was my best try. Anyway, tell us about them.
What's up, guys? It's Dead Inside Man 67 recording in the corner of this room because Zio doesn't like his laptop noise. And today I'm gonna be reviewing some anime. The first anime that I watched last season is called Dorohedoro. It's my favorite anime by far, I'd say. The 3D animation is unique, however not in the bad sense. Furthermore, the plot point is thick, almost as thick as its waifus. I'd recommend this anime to action lovers and people who have sense of humor, just because of how much killing and gore is involved. But it's not really like scary gore, it's more of a, how do you say this? Comedy gore. Furthermore, I rate the anime 8 out of 10. It's probably one of my favorites last season. Okay, next. The second anime I want to talk about is Somali and the Forest Spirit. It's about this kid whose dad is a golem, and they go traveling looking for humans, like the kid's original dad. It's an isekai, however it focuses on the relationship between a daughter and a father. And it's really sad, hit me in the feels a few times despite how dead inside I am. I'd recommend it to people that love watching slice of life. Despite it being isekai, it's pretty good. I'd give it an 8 out of 10 because, yeah, it's pretty decent. But I guess it could get more interesting in the first few episodes. The last anime that I watched was Hanako-kun and the Girl's Bathroom or something like that. It's about this dude who lives in a bathroom because he's like a ghost. But then one day this girl shows up and she asked him to help her pick up a boy. But plot twist, she turns into a fish. But plot twist again, he unturned her from a fish into a normal human girl again. And then they go on more mischievous adventures involving spirits and shit. I'd give this a 7 out of 10. I really like the art. It's pretty good, I'd say. It's also pretty funny at times. However, I didn't really see much character development throughout the anime. And it was more of like comedy than, which is good. Comedy's always good, but then it's not really like focused on comedy, you know. So yeah, that's all for today. Zio, stop bothering me. It's 10, please. I want to get some sleep. Thank you.
Amazing! Wow, what a fantastic review, bro. No, but generally, even though I've only seen clips of these shows on YouTube, I agree with what you've said about them. Although, I mean, you kind of just skipped over the Plunderer, which I'm going to talk about next.
この国のすべてを奪うことが僕の目的だ。
Now, this is a show where some people didn't really like it when it started off, and I can see where they're coming from. The first 5 episodes are kind of boring. Although I would say if you did stick around, then you would know it's worth it. I mean, the characters are kind of plain, but when you get past around episode 5, that's where the show really starts to show how good it is. Like, it's a late bloomer, for the lack of a better term or words. Would I recommend it? I mean, if you like, this is taking place in a post-apocalyptic world where the concept of the world is something called the count, which is a number that identifies humans, and they have to kind of do tasks that they were forced to do when they were little. Maybe they might like them, they might not like them, and their count goes up. But if it goes to 0, you're basically sent to some other dimension by something called the Abyss, or you die. Or, people don't really know what it is. But that's what they're just starting to get into. We're around episode 13 at the time of recording, so that's what they're trying to dig into. It's really interesting. I'd recommend it, and MAL obviously says it's a 6.1 apparently. I'd say it's higher than that, but it depends on what types of shows you like to watch. This one I would say is worth sticking around to finish. Now, I am going to talk about one of the big boys here. We have Isekai Quartet 2. Now this show, let me tell you that this is something else. If I'm not gonna explain too much, but it's basically about these 4 other animes going into this one world, which is why it's called Isekai Quartet. And they kind of interact each other, which I would say is the main appeal of the show, because they're just really interesting to watch all these characters interact and kind of figure out what's going on and how to go back to their own worlds. I mean, it's an isekai inside an isekai, and in terms of some of the shows, another isekai over that. Now, would I recommend watching all the 4 shows before watching this? Yes, because it's not mandatory, but it's better so you can get an idea of the show itself. And what would I rate it? I would rate it, I'd say this season, a 7. Now, season 1, that was good. That was a nice flex on how you can turn this chibi format into something really cool and interesting, especially with what they've done with some fight scenes. But with season 2, what they kind of did was they made a story. And one of the appeals of it is that it's only 10 minutes long per episode, and there's only 12 episodes per season. But they try to add a story into the second season, which you can't really do when you only have 10 minutes per episode and only 12 episodes per season. So I think that's where it altered, but, maybe season 3 will come out. By the way, I think this is just like a running gag at this point, but it's not Isekai Quartet in season 2, and it's just not, there's like, especially in the last 2 episodes of the season, there's just more. There's more than 4 series, that's all I'm gonna say. And, you know what, actually, Infinite Dendrogram. Now, I watched a couple of clips of this, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grab another friend. Hey, he's gonna explain to you what he thought about this show.
Hi, my name is Nujamo, and this is my review for Infinite Dendrogram. Overall, I think that the show was okay. One problem I have with it, though, is just it's not unique. We already see every season in Isekai. At least though they have their own spin on it, while this one, I don't know, it's just an outlier, I feel like. I actually like the idea of someone going into an RPG world, but this one, I don't know, it just didn't execute it correctly. I mean, this one is kind of giving me SAO vibes, because the main character really takes the game seriously and he actually thinks it's real life. But there's no motive behind what the main character does in Infinite Dendrogram, so I think that's just one thing that kills it. If I had to give the show a rating, I'd honestly give it a 6 out of 10. I do like the world and the RPG system behind it. It's just the one thing that kills it is the story is just too bland.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I disagree. It's pretty much as you said. I mean, I haven't watched it, but just from the clips that I've seen, I agree with what you're saying. Now, my friend is going to review over here. He is going to tell you about Haikyuu, if I pronounce that right. Anyway, come over here. What do you think?
Hey guys, JC-kun here. And Haikyuu to the Top, also known as Haikyuu Season 4, has been sort of a surprise for many of us anime fans. It wasn't the usual roller coaster ride or bombastic experience that we all expected to come out of Haikyuu. But this time, this season has taken a tone down. It's derived away less from the action-packed filler and amazing experience that we've come to expect from Haikyuu, and that's best of in its own genre of sports anime, but it's taking it calm down and to flesh out more of its characters in the season, like Sawamura and Tanaka, who were never really fleshed out in previous iterations of the anime. And this really has brought a new perspective to the show, with new characters and new rivals for Karasuno to overcome. This season really is setting up for the next coming season, which is sure to be hella epic, if you know what I mean. And if I had to give this anime a rating, I'd give it a good 7.5 out of 10. And for you mathematical weirdos out there who want to freaking making an exact measurements out of me and making my life horrible, 8 out of 10. And this is JC-kun signing off.
And that is the main animes that finished in this season, but I don't think so. You know what? Let's just add this one in. We have a bit more time left, right? Ishizoku Reviewers. Now, I don't need to tell you about this. If you've been on the internet and you're a weeb, you 100% know about this show. It's about 3 people, humans, non-humans, whatever, going around reviewing different people and doing their favorite activity. Now, I'm not gonna say more about this show for obvious reasons because YouTube will demonetize me. But overall, you know, if it wasn't for Funimation and whatnot and MAL doing their big brain thing, you know, this show, plot-wise, I'd say a solid 8. No, I'm not gonna lie, bro. There were some good reviews in here. And the animation quality was pretty decent, and the actual, plot, I'd say was good, but the actual, in terms of plot, now, that, I would give it more of a 9 out of 10. Mainly because I think there are some other shows similar to it that might be a bit better, but, it's up to your opinion. My Hero Academia Season 4, 7.5, 7 Deadly Sins Season 3, 5.5, Iruma-kun, 7.5, and Azur Lane 6, but I dropped it. Anyway, that's gonna be the end of this video. Those were some anime from past season that finished in this season. If this video gets around 10 likes, I will upload the podcast that I made and link it to this video, where me and a couple friends that were in this video just talked about a bunch more animes and these ones in more detail altogether, which I think you might enjoy. Also, I'm sorry this mic is bad, but my new mic is coming in pretty soon, so you will hear some more improved audio quality. Other than that, like, subscribe. If you want to fight our ratings, go tell that in the comments. Like if you like the video, tell us if you want more from this. I guess this is more like a mini podcast, but I can make it more entertaining if you want it in a video style. Tell me what you want. This is a new series. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, do all of that. And peace.